All right, I think we're live. Anyone that's watching, put a comment, let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me, and hopefully it sounds okay. I have Jeremy from HTL Holsters in my ear. He's going to keep an eye on chat. Thank you for helping me out. Yep, it's a little blurry because I'm not in my usual focus spot. That's my fault. However, what you're wanting to see is actually not blurry. So what I have today is unboxing the laser that just arrived. It was delivered today from UPS. It shipped Monday, which would have been more Tuesday our time, so 2 days to get here from China. China to Korea to West Virginia in 2 days. So that's awesome. I have not opened the packaging straps. I want you guys to see everything, how these are packaged. It's amazing. When I got the first one, I did a whole video on just the unboxing of it before even assembling it. So I'm going to try to move quickly through this so we can see the whole thing being unboxed and put together. And I'll try to answer questions along the way, but I just want to move through it fairly quickly. It did work today at my part-time job from 9 to 7, and it's now 8:30 Eastern time. So I got home, set everything up, and tried to make this as good as possible on quick notice. I just didn't want to wait till Monday, Sunday evening or Monday to unbox it. I really want to see it now. Because what I have, excuse me, is an 80-watt MOPA JPT source. It is a C series with a 2 millijoule max peak pulse. I have a 400 and 300 millimeter quartz lens inside the box, so one of each of those. I was also sent a couple cameras to test out that Noualaser is considering building into the Galva head source somewhere up there so that they're built in and out of the way. What else? Oh, it has the new taller tower. So it will be sitting beside my other Noualaser Smart 2, so you'll be able to see a direct comparison in the size of the tower. Although I do have a riser on the other Noualaser, you'll be able to compare the two of them, one with the riser and one without. So enough of that. Let's switch to the box and cut these straps open. So, and like I said, I did not cut these open previously. I want you to have the full unboxing experience. So, as usual, heavy duty cardboard packaging. Hopefully you can still hear me. All right. And Jack is here. Tim, Rich, Chicago Bob, and Geo, Maker Theory is here. Cool. All right. We have their packaging checklist. Foam, 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 foam. So we have all that packaging out of the way. You see the base, have the source. Let's see. I can't remember the total height. Well, these are a little shorter that are on these all-in-ones. Let's see. Let me get a shot of this. All right, let me switch cameras. So here is lens number 1. lens number 2. So we have a 476 focal, which is a 300 by 300, the 675, and we also have a 195. And I'll switch camera back. Oops, wrong button, sorry. I switched my inputs around, so now I have to concentrate on which button is which. Here are the 2 cameras that I'll be testing out. And of course, my compressor kicks on. I'll go shut that off. Sorry about that. All right, so they sent 2 different cameras for me to test. One is a fixed focus, one's a automatic focus, one's a manual, and they're both, I think, either 4K or 8K cameras, so I look forward to trying those out, getting those calibrated and set up. What's that? You know, I'm not quite sure. This is the mounting hardware that mounts the laser path to the tower. Got some black cards there. Okay, here are the glasses that they come with. I do like to show these because they are actually good glasses. Here, there we go. And the specs sheet inside shows that they are OD 8 plus for 1064. A previous video on this unboxing, I think I included that either in the unboxing or the assembly. I did ask for an extra pair because I really like these, so thank you. USB drive, tools, are jig bars. And I am a fan of this style of jig bar. They're a little wider. And I don't know, the adjustability, the way they slide, they just work really well. Foot pedal. USB cable. All right, back to the overhead view. All right, we have our hardware. Some more foam. All right, that's all most of the little stuff. Unless there's anything hiding underneath there. All right, so let me try to get that. There's the Allen key set. USB with software on it. Let's see. Power cable. We need that. And to this point, I haven't heard of any issues with any of these galvo lasers having any shipping damage of any kind. They are packaged. Power. And then that was object bars. All right, we can get those later. Okay, so that's everything in the box. Any questions in chat so far? The 300 and 400 millimeter are quartz, and I think they were supposed to. I'll have to double check with them to see if this one is quartz and then see how you find the difference. But how about we just pull one out of the box? I do have some. Yes, I think they're in the store link. Well, if weight is any indication, that is an aluminum lens cap. There's definitely some weight to that one. And then this is our 195. Yeah, but here, let me switch to my other camera. All right. So here is the 300, and that is an aluminum lens cap. And then there's the thread side. All right. I'll get these put back in the box. And off to the side. Well, I think Jack is right. I think we kind of have to do that, wouldn't we? I don't think so. That out of the way. That out of the way. Gather up the hardware so I don't lose that. I normally have a magnetic bowl laying here, but I didn't think to get one out. Audio still okay? Hopefully. Okay, good. So I think what I'm going to do is take the taller tower out. Then I'm going to set it right here. Then I'm going to switch camera. All right. There you can see the tower with the riser on the other Smart 2. Sorry. So there's the tower with the riser versus the new tower. Tower with the new tower is 200 millimeters taller than the standard size tower. All right. Thanks, guys, for letting me know the audio is still good. Then all I have to do is what's that, Jeremy? No, it's not automatically. It's an option. All right, so there it is. Here's what the inside of the box looks like. That is that thick, heavy-duty cardboard. It's tough. Yeah, so that wasn't too terrible to lift out of that box. See, and I think Rich in chat might be assembling his. He received a Noualaser today. I think his first fiber. He has a Smart 2. And I think he couldn't wait to assemble his and was going to go ahead and start the process while I was unboxing and putting this one together. So I think he'll be extremely pleased. Yeah. If he pops into Discord, he might have some video or pictures to show us how he's doing. I'll check that real quick. Not yet. I used to wonder, like, man, people go crazy with shrink wrap whenever they're packaging stuff. And then I got some shrink wrap on the rolls from a friend. And I find that I tend to go crazy with shrink wrap when I'm packaging stuff. So I totally understand how it happens now. All right, there's part one. Oh boy, we have a lens installed too. I do want to make it clear, I was not sent this laser for free. So this is not a freebie. However, I am kind of, you could say, tech support and the trainer for Noualaser in the United States. So I am affiliated with them, although this isn't a freebie. Now all I have to do is mount the tower to this base so that we'll have our 360 spinning function and connect our Z motor. More plastic wrap. Bear with me, I'm trying to go fast. The fit and finish on these are, I'll say, always outstanding. This will be the third Galvo laser that I've got from Noualaser. Yep. The motor is in here. Then the control cable comes through the bottom and then attaches here. So that will actually be the first thing we do. And this guy just hides out in there. And it's really simple. All we have are 2 screws to connect. I think I saw those hiding in here. No, it's just the aluminum on aluminum and it swivels around. And if you've watched my videos, you saw me have it swiveled around plenty. Have no issues with it. Then the video I posted the other day, somebody had made a comment saying that it didn't look level. So that's why the level was sitting on top of the other Smart 2, just to show that even with the laser path extended all the way out, it does remain level. The only reason it wouldn't be level is if when you affix the path to the tower, when you put this piece on, you don't get it leveled properly. That would be the only reason. So these are the handles that you use to fasten the tower down. Let's see. Yep, sure does. I just disassembled them before. Try to get it locked down. All right, there's one in. There's 2 in. Let's see. Oops. Hold on, let me do this one again. I didn't get it tightened down the first time. I'll just put these screws in later. Okay, that's it for tower assembly. Now it should rise up and down. Now let me adjust this. Turn that to the side just a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. Sorry, I was just reading chat there real quick. So next thing we want to do is install this piece right there. If you don't have a set of these straight handle Allen wrenches in metric, you should invest in them. I got these from AliExpress. They are LAOA Tools brand. I might switch cameras actually. I think I will. Let's go to one. Just see my on-screen menu for a second as I zoom out. There, I think that'll get you in closer. So I'm removing the 6 screws that we'll use to install that support piece. So they were already installed and ready for us, so I didn't have to go hunting for them. Yeah, it is. I'd like to get your audio on stream. That way people can hear your commentary. Okay, cool. Also, the 2 screws that you use to lock the sliding laser path in place, they're already installed as well. So you just turn these by hand and snug it down. That's it. So right here is where you could have the issue with it not being level. If you tighten this down and you don't have this level to your machine, that's where you could run into the issue. And if I can find my startup level, I just had it. Pardon the water pump running in the background. We're on, cool, we're on well water. So I have one pump that pumps the water from the well into my storage tanks, and then that operates on a float. But then I have a second pump that pressurizes the whole house. So when it kicks on, it's kind of loud. All right, so I'm checking where the bubble is on my start level right here. A little glare there. Anyway, it's right here. So then I'm going to put that bubble in the same position on this, so I'll know that this is level to the laser. They did? That's crazy. All right, so I can see where the bubble is. It's in the same spot right there. I think. Without my glasses, that looks pretty close. All right, so I'm gonna snug that one down. I like to snug these down the way you're supposed to snug down lug nuts and go in opposite directions or corners or whatever. So I do one down here, then one here. I always come up to this one, down here, and then get the opposing middles. So now that is secure and not going anywhere. And wouldn't you know it, the 3 screws that we need to attach this are also already installed. Right there. So I don't have to chase those down either. Well, good. I'm using my ATEM Mini Pro as my audio video switcher. And I configured a noise gate, an expander, and limiter for it. And apparently it's doing the job of keeping that water pump noise down to a minimum or even eliminated. So that is great to know. Okay, I need next size up. All right, screw number 1. I'll just start it by hand. I should have had my son come down here and help me hold this. Sorry. Let me just move this one over. Get it in a better spot for you. There we go. All right, so I'll put 1 screw in right here. I have 2 more to go. Or 1 bolt, whatever you want to call it. There's number 2. There's number 3. Now I'll just tighten them up. Jeremy, did Rich post any pictures yet? Okay. I'll see if I can download them and pop them up on my screen. All right. Now, let me see if I can show you something else. Okay, so the two screws that you see hanging down here, with those, this isn't the laser that's loose, it's just sitting on that plastic. This slides back and forth until you tighten these down, then that locks it in place and it's not moving. So it gives you a little more reach, especially when you spin the thing around. You end up with a lot of reach. I just saw my video flicker for some reason. I don't know why. Wobbling because it's hanging off of this workbench. Now it's hanging off in the back. Now it's mostly on there. So really at that point, that's all the assembly there is. It's pretty simple. So I can grab a USB cable. Came with a Ugreen USB cable. Ugreen's a reputable brand. At least from my experience, I've never had any issues with the Ugreens. Yeah. Yeah, it flickered, so it's probably, you saw the delay from when it flickered. Oh, it's still showing live here. All right, my USB is plugged into my short little extension. Something funky. At least that's the benefit of YouTube Premium, is you don't have to sit through the damn ads. Let's see. I know what I did. All right, I'm gonna get some power flow into it. Oh, we have power. And I just heard my USB connection sound from the PC. I send the tower up, I send the tower down. You think so? cannot read that with my reading glasses. I have 20 pairs scattered all over, but I can never find any of them. Anyone else have that problem? I'd tell you, if I weren't looking forward for them, I would find every single pair I had. But because I really want them, I can't find them. I do remember I had a pair in my backpack. This is 200. All right, we have power. Now that we have power, we need to set up light burn, of course. So let's do that. All right. Yay, we need to create a new device. I'm just going to create it manually. JCZ fiber. I'm not sure what size lens that is. That is the 300. Oh, that's the 110 by 110. Ah, it's a 200. So that is a 200 lens. So we'll go with 200. Okay, I'll just name it that for now, and 200 millimeter. This is getting too long. All right, now in device settings. I don't know what any of these settings are. I haven't looked. I'm not worried about it. I just want to get it running. Let's see. Which JPT do we use? That one. Or which fiber type? JPT. We do need to enable Q-Pulse. I cannot remember the minimum and maximum frequency on this one. I do have the manual somewhere. Maybe Maker Theory knows off the top of his head for the 80 watt C series. It is a 200 on there right now. So here is the manual. One to 4,000. Should. I'm just putting my standard settings in that I always start out with the Noualaser, because these are right. I'm just telling everybody what I'm doing. I normally just throw in 3,000, 50, 200, and 10 and leave it at that until I have a chance to actually do the timing. The delays, I'm just going to leave them as is until I have a chance to do the timing. And I'll figure out these settings on my own just by running the lens correction. So I'll get this hooked up to EasyCAD and run a total lens correction and then have a core file and do that for each lens. But I won't get into that today. We just want to fire it up. Can everybody still hear me that's in chat? Geo is reporting issues. Thanks, Army Dogs. Thanks for joining me. Mr. Franco, appreciate it. Appreciate everyone being here. All right, so what are we doing? We're going to mark something. It's the approximate focal point. But I'm going to actually just 1 second. I messed my HDMI ports up, so I switched to the wrong camera. But anyway, these are the glasses from Noualaser, and obviously they're dirty. These are the ones that I use all the time. And then I'll use my handy dandy focal stick once I figure out the focal distance and adjust it to the proper height. But in the meantime, here's how I start out with a Noualaser, new lens. If I don't have a focal stick, I'm not sure of the proper focal distance, piece of metal, so we can find the focal distance in one of these. Because then I can stretch it from the metal to the bottom of the lens, adjust my focal stick to the same height, and boom, easy peasy, no measuring. Okay, Jeremy, what file did you send me and where? Okay, I'll check that. Okay, gotcha. I'm going to reposition this camera. So y'all can get a good view. Y'all. And then let's switch to number 1. Okie dokie. All right, I turned it on. I did get the green light, so we're ready to rock and roll. Do not. Well, I'll just do a circle filled for now. see, for library, I'll load in my 200 millimeter regular library for my non-MOPA. All right, I'm just going to run this at normal setting and adjust that up and down until I get to the right focal distance. So here we go, firing the laser for the first time. No, we're not, because I forgot to remove the frame before firing option in Lightburn. I do not use that. I gotta get rid of it. It will drive me crazy. No, do not require a frame before start. All right, now here we go. So that's out of focus. That's out of focus. That appears to be mostly in focus. All right, so she's working right off the bat. And I pop this down, put that up, and boom, right there's your focal length. No measuring. Then I'll just put together. What'd you lose? Okay, I'm still showing it's, all right. So anyway, that's my focal length trick. Hopefully everybody likes that. But that's awesome, it is working. For this laser, let's see, I asked you earlier, and now I'm drawing a blank. What setting gave me the max peak pulse? Ah, I know where it was. Okay, so I think it is 40. Pulse was 500. So I'm going to run the same speed and power and line interval that I just did, but I'm going to change the frequency in Q pulse and see if you notice a difference. Just subjectively. It sounds different to me, for sure. Sound different? Yeah, it's definitely hitting it harder. Yep. Yep, that's what I set it to, 40 kilohertz at 500. And just listening to it, it definitely sounded like it was hitting harder and it looked brighter. And then Jeremy said he could tell a difference. So that's cool. All right, it's up and running and working, assembled. We had the first burn and did that all in under an hour. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So Jeremy wanted me to engrave something. So I want to do that for you guys before we end this thing. I mean, I'll hang around for a while longer if anybody else wants to hang out. I don't care. Okay, let me download this. I'm going to switch you guys back over to Lightburn, and we'll open up the file together that Jeremy just sent me. And there it is. What a cute little smiley face. All right, I'm going to hit P to put him in the center. Now let's find that lens. Should it be there on the with the other parameters in this area? I might have to close Lightburn and restart it. It is available right here. Since I enabled it, I might have to close it and restart it to get that to show up. I'll try that in a moment. First, I will measure this lens cap. Let's go with 90, so we make that 70. Keep in mind, I haven't calibrated the lens or the red dot, so I don't know if anything's going to line up, what size it will be. You follow me? I should probably do a test on something else. That's all right. Sometimes I just like to send it. It is. I did have that thought. Yeah, the framing's definitely not centered, and the scale is not correct. Oh, yeah, actually the framing was fairly centered. That was just my eyes. Now, I don't think the scale is correct, obviously. I'll run a test. So let me switch you guys back over to the laser, and I'll run a test real quick on the inside of that lens cap. Let me find setting there. we'll just use that one. All right, I'm going to frame this, not the scale. No idea if the red light pointer is exact or not. And let's go ahead and start it. We'll see what happens. Shoot first, ask questions later. Did it help if I turned it right side up? There he is. Use my handy measuring tool. Oh, I didn't adjust the focus to the inside anyway. So that will affect the scale. All right, here, we'll run it again. All right, there he is again. Success. Feels good too. That was my same setting I use on business cards. All right, and then there he is on the lens. Good idea, Jeremy. He looks so happy and friendly. All right, I'm going to try to find those pictures from Rich. Put those up on screen. So any questions? Let's see. Oh, okay, that's no problem. Can't open the pics. Rich, we can't open your pictures. Oh, that's in that high efficiency image format, I believe. All right, let me just see if I can open it. Oh, the HEVC video extension is required. Oh, it wants to charge me 99 cents. No. I'm going to try something different. Photoshop needs additional software as well. Yeah, I just don't have anything that OpenO's installed. I can get to that later. Anyone have any questions in chat? I just lost my chat window. If you're going from like a 100 to a 300 or 400, yes, you would lose some definition because your spot size will be larger. And then you also lose power because your spot size is larger. Did any of you guys check out my, happen to see my video on this tumbler rotary? I posted it on Facebook. I think I posted it on Discord too, but I got to finish editing it, but I'm going to have a video that explains that, and I just accidentally lost my distance. I can put the lens cap back up there and adjust it. Yeah, I really want to stick that 400 lens on there and engrave. Yeah, or I want to engrave something that's 16 by 16 just to see how it does. Let me grab something that is going to be in my first video using the 400 by 400 lens. Let me grab this and show it to you. You'll love it. So it's going to take several pieces of artwork, one large piece chopped up. But I'm going to do a scene on this whole two-man saw. My brother got this saw and then cleaned it up for me so I could engrave on it, and I'm going to put some cool scenery on it and give it back to him. So that's the plan. Then he can hang it on the wall as a decoration. But still have the handles, the mount here. They're all shined up, looking nice. I think this will be the perfect project for that 400 millimeter lens. And now having the MOPA and the 2 millijoule max peak pulse, hopefully I can get a nice black mark on this whole thing and do 16, basically 16-inch chunks at a time. Get the whole thing done. Send me the saw, I will plasma cut a farm on it. I have another long two-man saw that was my great-grandfather's. It's a very cool looking saw. I have two larger single blades, one-man saws that are about, I don't know, 4 foot long. It's the one that was in the laser cleaning video that I did. I have two of those, and I think two-man saws besides that one. Oh, good point, Gio. Why stop with only black? I could actually do collars. Well, there you go. We can do a nice orange, yellow sunrise, green clovers, blue diamonds, a little leprechaun. Yeah. Have a cool little collared seam. Any other questions today? Anything you guys want to see? Anything you want me to try and laser at the moment? Anyone? Anyone? I thought I will check out this USB drive and see if there's any lens settings on it. Because they normally, at least the lens that's installed, give you the scale adjustments and everything for it. Don't have those yet, but I'll just work on those and get them all set up with the correction file. That'll be the easiest way. Well, those would be great to try after I have the lenses calibrated. Once I have those calibrated, then we'll be ready to rock and roll. I just don't want to. Okay. Let me see. All right, here's that one. And here's the standard 300. So there's where they line up. I think Geo would know. Do you need a spacer to go from one to the other? I think I don't have experience with the OPEX lenses, but I believe you need a spacer to go from OPEX to a regular lens. Because you can see from where the threads are, this would screw up in and hit your mirrors. Because I'm holding them so that the threads are level with each other. Yeah, but as far as I know, they're the same. It might be a little smaller. I think there's an adapter. To mirrors, yeah, it's not very far. Jeremy's telling me about the spacer that he has and whether you'd have to take it off or leave it on or have a larger one or smaller one or none at all, basically. But I'll investigate these lenses further. I've never had an OPEX lens, so I was looking forward to seeing that. What size spacer do you have, Jeremy? Six to 8 millimeters, roughly. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, my spacer on that one looks to be about an inch. Pardon me blocking the camera view. I'm going to answer a question for you. Okay, I just took this out of my other Smart 2. This is my 175 lens that I run in it most of the time. So there, it says 175 on it. I'm going to take the lens out of this other Smart 2, the new one. All right, I'm going to switch camera views here for a second. Okay, let me switch. Sorry, wrong one. Okay, this is the OPEX lens that was installed in the new laser, okay? Right here. And here's the spacer that it's using. And then here is my 175 lens, and here's the spacer that it's using. And then, let's see. Okay, so the spacer for the 175 does screw into the galvo. So if you have this standard, what appears to be standard spacer, then yeah, you should be able to switch to this style spacer and the OPEX 400 lens. Yep. All right, so that answers that question. This one has, let's see, 200 printed on it. Okay. This spacer is roughly 23 millimeters, including the threads. So from here to the top of the threads is 23 millimeters. Yeah, and compare this with the spacer, the OPEX, to this one, and it doesn't use a spacer. And that's the 400. So to compare, there's the 400 and the 200. Well, let's get this one out too. Here's the 300. So I would use that spacer on the 300. Then we have this Noualaser Smart, which is the 112. Yeah, it looks like it's a 112. So it has a slightly different size spacer on it, which is the same as this one right here. So it came with the same spacer that's already on the other lenses, used for standard lenses. So there's a 112, 200, 300, 400. She was asking if the 400 threads directly into the head. Yes, it does. There's a good view of it. Let's see, which one? This is the 200 I had in there. Okay. Trying to remember which lens was in there. That one. I believe, I'm pretty sure the 300 and 400 are quartz. I'll have to double check on the other two. I'm so used to not using the focal lights, the two red LEDs, that I didn't even bother to check, but they are calibrated already for the optimal focal distance. And I'll tell you why I don't like using them is because I have cataracts and I end up seeing 4 dots, and it's hard to tell when all 4 of them come together. It's just a glare, and then with my contacts, it makes it even worse. But at least I know I was in the right general vicinity with that lens cap, for sure. Okay, now let me switch to my setting here. Let me just switch to, go. Oh, cool. Rich has his pictures fixed, so I'm going to switch over to screen share and we're going to take a look at his pictures. All right. Nice. Rich, did you find the assembly pretty easy? It's straightforward. Okay, Rich, his laser came with the 6-inch inline. I did not need it, so I had them leave that out in exchange for another lens. There you can see it in the packaging. All right, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing those, Rich. Appreciate it. I'm glad that's up and running for you. Yeah, always needing more room. Awesome. Very cool. Well, it's 10 o'clock. I think I'm going to go eat some dinner and then get ready to go to work tomorrow at my part-time job again and dream about running this laser all day. So at least I'll have something to daydream about, right? But thank you everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jeremy, for being in my ear and keeping the conversation going, pointing out any questions. Thanks, Rich, for sharing your pictures. So we got to see 2 lasers that were put together tonight. That was pretty cool. But that's about it. I'm not going to do my normal promotional spiel at the end. There's some links in the description and all that good stuff. But everyone, thanks for tuning in. One thing I will mention. On Facebook, you can find me really easy. The link's in the description. And if you follow me there, and you can send me a message if you have a question or assistance with anything. That's the main thing. That's one quick way to get in touch with me, or join the Discord, the Laser Makers Realm Discord. So if you're not on it already and you're watching this replay, the Discord link is in the live chat that will replay as you are watching. So there you go. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening, and look forward to more stuff on the way soon. Hopefully some exciting stuff. And if you have any requests, let me know. Send me a message, leave a comment or whatever. But anyway, have a good night, everyone. Thank you.